All right, let's just get right into it. For way too long, ADHD has been talked about as, chaos, a defect, something that needs to be fixed. But what if that's completely the wrong way to look at it? What if we've been missing the point all along? In this explainer, we're going to explore a totally different idea, that ADHD is actually a misunderstood and seriously powerful form of intelligence. This really hits home, doesn't it? It frames the whole thing perfectly. The problem wasn't some failing inside you, it was how you were being measured by the outside world. They saw noise, they saw mess, but they completely missed the symphony that was playing just underneath it all.
I mean, who hasn't felt this at some point? But for a mind wired with ADHD, it's not just a feeling, it's pretty much a constant state of being. It's that frustrating sense that people only see the surface level stuff, the unfinished projects, the fast talking, the intensity, but they have no clue about the why driving all of it.
So yeah, let's start right there with that feeling of being profoundly misread. Because really, understanding that experience is the first big step to unlocking the incredible intelligence that's been hiding in plain sight.
Think back to being a kid in a classroom, that silent room, the clock ticking so slowly. While everyone else seemed perfectly fine, you had a full-blown hurricane going on inside your head. This desperate, screaming need to just move. You aren't being bad. Your brain was just built for motion, not for stillness. And, the world can only judge what it sees. It sees these things and slaps on labels like messy, unreliable, or lazy. But that's like looking at the tip of an iceberg and thinking you've seen the whole thing. It doesn't even begin to tell the real story. And this is where it gets really, really interesting. What if all those things we call flaws aren't flaws at all? What if they're just the side effects of a completely different and, in many ways, more powerful operating system? It's time for a reframe. Now, just look at this shift in language. What the world calls a scattered mind isn't empty or broken. Far from it. It's a mind that is overflowing. It's like a jungle of ideas growing so fast and thick that you couldn't possibly keep up with all of them. Oh man, this one is huge. The world sees lazy, but the truth, so often, is a mind that is just deeply, painfully unchallenged. It's a high-performance engine that simply refuses to start for boring, meaningless tasks. It needs a real mission to ignite. So here it is, the most important point of all. Your brain is not broken. It was never broken. It was just profoundly misread by a world that was designed for a totally different kind of mind. And this just explains it perfectly. What looks like a lack of attention is actually the complete opposite. It's unlimited awareness. Most people have a filter that blocks out unimportant stuff. Yours is wide open. You're not distracted. You're scanning, you're processing, you're picking up on everything. Well, as you can imagine, trying to pretend you fit into a world that just doesn't get you is exhausting. And eventually, you hit a wall. There's a point where faking normal just isn't possible anymore. This is that moment, isn't it? That critical point where you realize you've spent your whole life fighting against your own nature, treating it like it was the enemy. And yeah, it can feel like you're completely breaking down. But here's the twist. It's not a breaking. That crack is an opening. It's a doorway that invites you to finally meet the real you. Not the person the world told you that you were supposed to be. It's your ticket to being authentic. So once you step through that doorway, you can start to see what was there all along, hiding under all that noise and judgment. You can start to see your actual superpowers. Let's talk about what they are. Ah, yes, hyperfocus. This is maybe the most famous ADHD superpower. When your mind locks onto something that truly interests it, boom, the entire universe just melts away. Distractions cease to exist, hours feel like minutes. It's this incredible, unstoppable state of pure flow. But it goes way beyond just hyperfocus. There are these three, let's call them hidden strategies, that so many successful adults with ADHD learn to master. And it's not about fixing anything. It's about learning how to aim the power that's already there. Okay, first up, emotional navigation. We know the ADHD brain feels things with a certain intensity. The volume is turned up to 11. Instead of getting washed away by that, this is about learning to use those intense feelings as a kind of compass. It sharpens your intuition, it deepens your empathy. It's a guidance system. Second, nonlinear problem solving. Your brain doesn't think in a straight line from A to B to C. Nope. It leaps from A to Z to a memory from 10 years ago, and then suddenly, bam, there's the answer. This isn't a flaw, it's what innovation actually looks like. You see the connections no one else does. And third, adaptive momentum. Look, the whole slow and steady 9 to 5 grind was just not built for this kind of mind. The ADHD mind works in surges, in powerful waves. So this strategy is all about stop fighting that rhythm and start building your life around those bursts of incredible energy. Okay, so when you put all of this together, the reframing, dropping the mask, understanding the superpowers, it all leads to one powerful place. It's a call to action. Stop fighting the storm inside of you and start learning how to direct it. Let's just say this plainly. All that chaos you were told was a problem, that was a sign of a complex, brilliant intelligence working in ways other people couldn't see. And that intensity that maybe you were told was too much, that was never too much. That was your engine. That was the raw power source just waiting to be plugged into something that mattered. And that storm itself, that amazing swirling hurricane of thoughts and feelings and ideas, that was never something to be ashamed of. It was a crown. You were just taught to be afraid to wear it. And really, that's the bottom line. Your mind is not a mistake that needs to be corrected so you can fit into some boring pre-made box. It's a toolkit, it's a blueprint for seeing the world differently and for rebuilding it into something better.